You're starting, no? Ready, Ben? Ready? Toss it pinna minna idala YouTube stop agana.
Yes sir, yes sir. Two team. Jersey കാണിച്ചിട്ട്. Jersey ഇട്ടിട്ട് വായോ. Coins എന്തെങ്കിലും.
അത് എല്ലാവരും 6 മണിക്ക് 6 മണിക്ക് വിളിച്ചു.
ഈ സൈഡിൽ ഒരാൾ
അത് ഒരു ക്യാമറയുടെ ബാക്കിലോട്ട് ആ ടെമ്പിലോട്ട്
കിളി വന്നു ഫസ്റ്റ് കിളി വന്നു അവരോട് വരാൻ പറഞ്ഞു
കമന്ററിയേക്കാൾ കൂടുതൽ സാമിനെ തെറിവിളിയാ ഇത്ര വീഡിയോ ആയാലും നിന്നാ ഉണ്ടില്ല രണ്ടാളേ ഉള്ളൂ നമ്മുടെ റിയാസ് പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ മാത്രം
പ്രായമായില്ലേ ഞാനോട്ട് മൊത്തം എടുത്തു
Here we are, KFCL first finals. It's toss time. Rajesh from Royal Masters, G4 Sunubalan. And we have the match referee, Gokul. Gokul will spin the coin. Who's going to call?
What it is?
Toss G4.
Sunubalan, what have you decided to do now? Bowling. Okay. Tell me why have you selected bowling and what do you think about the pitch of NCC? പറഞ്ഞാ മതി മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞു. Okay.
Thank you. Rajesh bhai. G4 Royal Masters batting.
Yeah, actually, never had a problem here because of the both teams are equal here because of the pitch of the pitch is very good. Even though batting or bowling, never mind. You have to play a good game. Even though we thought they are batting. Anyway, they thought they can do it out. So now both are.
Okay. So the report of the toss is Sunubalan has won the toss and they will bowl first. Coming to the umpires for the first finals, it is Reggie, Kiran, and Asif. Welcome them.
So very good morning to everyone out there who are watching us live from Ben Creation for the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11 Grand Final, match number 1, where the G4 cricketers take on the Royal Masters at the NCC Cricket Ground, Abu Halifa, Kuwait. The two teams, as we know, G4 cricketers, Royal Masters. For G4 cricketers, the captain is Sunubalan, and for Royal Masters, we have Anwar Shan. The umpires there with us is Reggie and Asif, and from the management team of AL-MUZAINI, Mr. Koshi and Gokul, would like to welcome you all as well. So we are going to start soon. It was the G4 cricketers won the toss, elected to field first. So Sunubalan with the ball, the captain of G4 cricketers. If he takes one wicket, for sure, he's going to be on the top of the table of the tournament. So here we go. Two batters, Sam and Anwar Shan. All set and ready to go. The umpires are ready. Ball number 1 of the day. And that's a good one. He slightly has a different action to the way he bowls, but I'm very much sure and he's out there to pick up wickets. It's a 17-over match each side. The Royal Masters been asked to bat first. There's no wide indicated there. The batter was asking for a wide because I think that he shuffled across on the offside and the umpire feels that the ball was within his reach. So that's not been given as a wide. Oh, that's a late decision from the umpire after a late deliberation there. It's been given as a wide because the ball, as he feels, was outside. Now that he's had a look at it once again. So that's been given as a wide this time around. Tries to hit it hard, gets the edge, but doesn't go any which way altogether. So it's a good one so far from Sunubalan. And this is what we have in a tennis ball game. It's the batter will shuffle across, want to open the angle on the onside. That's the arc with which the batters like to hit the shot. This time he gets the connection. There's a fielder out there in the deep, so it's just going to be a 1. So with that, we have Sam G. Matthew. It's going to be having this first runs on the board for him. So play and a miss for Anwar Shan, the two batters for the Royal Masters. So we have two finals here today from the NCC Cricket Ground. The upcoming one is going to be Goan Boys versus Storm Riders. That's going to be played at 10:15 a.m. local time. Milton D'Souza for the Goan Boys and Rahul Ganesh for the Storm Riders. There's also a chief guest for us today. It's going to be Mohammad Aslam, the captain of the Kuwait national cricket team. So he's going to be joining us very soon. It's a fantastic over from Sunubalan. There's only 2 runs being scored. One was a wide, the other was a run that was taken. So it's 2 runs on the board. Great over from the captain himself. So there we have over number 2. It's gonna be bowled by, very soon we'll have that stat available with us, Sajilal Sasidaran, who comes into the attack. I think the bowlers of G4 cricketers, for sure, they believe in the bowling lineup, and that's where the moment they won the toss, elected to field first. They would want to stop the Royal Masters to a score that they can come back and chase it easily. The first over went very well, just 2 runs off it. The second over, the way the bowler has been bowling or targeting that line and length, pretty much sure that he will not give it anything away to these batters to get him or to hit him over the park. There's a lot of work being done by the management of AL-MUZAINI through the support or to the contribution of Mr. Koshi and Gokul. You can see a wonderful surface of cricket. Of course, we're in a land where we have more desert and sand, but it's been completely leveled. There's no stones whatsoever. I remember coming to this very venue a couple of years ago, and for sure this time around it's kept or maintained really, really well by the management team of AL-MUZAINI. Quick single taken on the offside. So far just 5 runs on the board. There's 3 more deliveries left to come in to finish off the over number 2. Once again he shuffles across. That's play. The fielder is out there. Is this going to be taken? It is going to be taken. Wicket number 1 for the Royal Masters to lose. And I was telling you that the frustration might have been stepped in. And there goes the wicket number 1. The celebrations start for the G4 Masters. And it is Samji Matthew who will have to walk back to the dugout. It was not quite the length that the bowler had given to Matthew. Sajilal keeping it slightly outside off around the good length region. The bowler had to pick the ball from outside off and walk it away on the onside. It's never easy. And that is what the result is. It departs Samji Matthew for 2 runs out of the 6 delivery that he's faced. So there we have now a new batter who's going to be there on the crease. The Royal Masters losing the wicket number 1. There's 1 delivery left to finish off in this over. It's Safir Hassoon who comes in. 59 matches for him, 1,178 runs. An average of 24 is what he has. The highest that he scored in those 59 matches is 85 runs. There's protection in the deep, so just going to be a 1. With that, it's going to be the end of over number 2. The Royal Masters are going to be 8 for the loss of a wicket. So Sunu Balan will continue, the captain of G4 cricketers, to bowl that over number 3 of the match, and the second for him. It was an amazing first over, just 2 runs given in. Also the pressure that was put with the batter of the Royal Masters, which eventually was capitalized by Sajilal in the next over, with Matthew playing that shot towards the deep mid-wicket fielder. Here we go. He just needs a wicket once again to remind you to be on the top of the leading wicket takers column. This is an amazing one. The batter was a bit confused. Is it coming quick? Is it coming slow? It's a very different action. Sonu Balan might not have that pace with which the batter likes, but surely has that variation up his sleeves to confuse the batters. And if you can get the line and length to be exactly perfect, then surely you're asking for a wicket. That was a quick one. Hit it down the ground, but the non-striker, I think that deflected off his bat. So 2 deliveries, he's shown you the variation. The first one was a slower one, right full, and the second one was very quick. Let's see what ball number 3 has for us. Slightly slow, the batter has played that one. And that's going to be a maximum. Wonderful shot this time around. The length was available. It was slightly short. The batter was deep inside his crease. And it is Anwar Shan who smashed that for a maximum. This will give the Royal Masters a little bit of a confidence to go ahead to get those, I would say, 150 or 160 runs on the board. I don't think that's enough, but still they're going to bank to that score initially. The fielder, does he stop it? He gets his hand to it. It's only going to be a 1. Good one once again. So just that 6 that came in from this over. And with that run. Otherwise, Sonu Balan has it in him to compensate for the loose one which he had given, I would say. Not very loose enough, but the length was a problem there. The maximum that he was hit for. A good one. Oh, that stretch. Flexibility from this man. End of over number 3. It's going to be 15 for Royal Masters at the loss of a wicket. There's also an update for us. The power play is being employed for 5 overs, which means that for these 5 overs, the Royal Masters have the chance to score those runs, because only you can see the 2 fielders have been there outside the 30-yard circle, and the one that I can see is on deep square leg and the other at the deep mid-wicket region. So 3 players, just a correction, not 2, 3 players have been allowed to be outside the 30-yard circle, and Sajilal, as we speak, will continue his second over. He got that wicket of Matthew in that first over of his. Actually, there was a pressure put by Sonu Balan, and the runs were not coming that easily, which Sajilal capitalized. That's the outside edge. It's only going to be a 1 for him. Oh, that's a good one. Up in the air. Is it going to be taken? No fielder back in the deep. The fielder was running for it to give it his all. I think that if this was a tough wicket, he would have given the dive as well, with the intent that he was running behind. And the applaud straight away coming from the bowler. But he could see the effort, the quick movement, the moment the ball went up in the air. So what Mr. Koshi, the management team member of Al-MUZAINI, tells me that 140 is the average score over here. This one again, similar direction, but this time the fielder has no chance to stop it. One bounce towards the fence. So change of tactics now to play that those deliveries on the offside, since we don't have any protection out there in the deep. So does that force the captain to change his field setup? One strike is in. That's only going to be a one. So the Royal Masters, let me come back to what I've said. 140 is what the average score is out there in every match that we've seen. And also what Mr. Koshi told me, that it's a very good bowling lineup for the Royal Masters. So I believe that, as I said, 150 is what they will target initially and try to get that as soon as possible. But there's also some milestones to get 50, 100 and then that 150. And with wickets remaining in the end, they can probably go more than 150, 170 I think would be a score that they can easily come back and defend. So with this, it's the end of over number 4. It's 23 for the loss of a wicket. So for the Royal Masters, they don't have to worry. As I look at the lineup, it's Thiru, Rajas and Sajir. The three batters were the main ones for the Royal Masters. I would say not the main ones, but the dependable ones who've stood out. Oh, that's gone for a boundary. Good shot. The fielder giving it that dive doesn't quite help him. Sunu Balan, first time that he stayed outside the line of his direction, but very well played by the batter himself. Full credits to him. So 27 runs on the board. Now the batters have opened up. They can sense that they will get those runs. The projected score slowly will build up. It's 110 at the moment with 6.5 runs being the current run rate. Miscued shot. Lucky that did not go towards any fielder. The scoring for this match has been done by Asif from Storm Riders. He has a match coming up next, so he's volunteered to come early morning, do the scoring, probably then go out and play for his second match. Or his match, the second one of the day, which is going to be between the Goan Boys and Storm Riders in the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11 Grand Final number 2. You'll be watching the same match here again with the BENCREATIONS. Alongside me, Jason, your commentator for the day. So he's come back well after conceding that boundary. It's been some quiet runs, some good line and length from him. It's 2 runs in those next 3 deliveries. 3 runs in those 4 deliveries that he's bowled since then. Down the leg side, that's going to be bowling again. No, it's a wide. They would not want to concede those additional runs, I tell you. Brilliant shot coming down the fielder, giving it a chase. He will never be able to get there. He was way down on the long on region. Way wider, I would say. And that's a boundary to finish off that over number 5 with. It's a good one for Anwar. He's now getting in those runs for his side. He's 15 of 14. And Safir Hanoon is 14 of 10. And the over number 5 ends with the Royal Masters having 35 runs on the board for the loss of a wicket. So far, so good. The current run rate is 7 runs and over. So with 5 overs coming to an end, now the bowling side, which is the G4 cricketers, have some bit of protection out there in the deep. They have been allowed to have 5 fielders, so which means 2 additional fielders can be also taken outside the 30-yard circle. So 5 fielders in total. Let us have a look at where they are in position. One is a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on. We see one coming in towards the long off region, and I'm sure there's one at the deep cover region, or deep extra cover. Oh, what's a brilliant shot. No fielder can get there. No fielder can be positioned in that direction. It's one bounce towards the fence. So just a correction, they have 4 fielders on the onside. They only have a long off fielder, which means deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, a cow corner and a long on. A long on now being positioned a bit straighter. I don't think they need 4 fielders. Yeah, that's the correct thing to do. They have got the deep square leg. Inside the circle, they'll push back. There's one fielder deep cover. Yeah, he's one a deep extra cover. Or they send back the deep square leg back again. So there's no long off right now. That fielder has been moved to deep extra cover. So the only factor I believe that the G4 cricketers, Sunu Balan, the captain, decided to bowl first is because of the dew factor that's coming early in the morning. Oh, that's a shot. That's gone. The first 6 or the second 6 of the match. It was wonderfully struck. The runs are coming for the Royal Masters, and it was Anwar Shan for his second 6 with much more confidence than the first one. He's literally hammered that away. The ball was within the slot. Length offered, and he says thank you very much back towards the bowler. Now the run rate is 8.4 for the Royal Masters. Looking much more than 150 though. Anwar has gone again on the offside. I don't think he's going to get a 6, but a couple of bounces. The fielder giving it a chase will not be able to stop it. An eventful over this for the Royal Masters. They've got 15 runs in this over. But we have 2 more deliveries to come, so this over is not done yet. My goodness, Anwar banking on those runs, 25 of 16 with 2 boundaries, 2 sixes, a strike rate of 156. So not a lot to worry for Thiru, Rijas and Sajir. We're going to come in next because Anwar is going with those runs. The fielder as well will stop that down for a 1, which will get Safir Hassoon on strike for the last delivery of over number 6. He'll be happy to take the one. It's already a big over for the Royal Masters, so he will keep strike. It's 6 overs done at 52 runs for the loss of a wicket. What an eventful over this. 17 runs coming out of it. The first delivery went for a boundary. Safir got that one, then gave the strike to Anwar, taking that run. And Anwar, 6 and a boundary to get this over big enough. So we'll have a change in bowling here with 6 overs being done. And those 2 bowlers bowling 3 overs each. It's going to be Nitesh Devadas who comes into the attack. Nitesh Devadas. So amazing stat being informed to us by Mr. Koshi that he's been the best bowler with 500 wickets and leading wicket taker throughout the Kuwait tennis tournaments. Number 4. Oh, he's the number 4. So one of the most experienced man that G4 cricketers have. Let's see, he's coming right arm round the wicket. Is he going to be able to pick up some wickets for his side? Is what we are interested to watch. The batter, oh, that's a no ball. That's been taken, but it's a no ball. It's a no ball. Can you believe it? Straight away, the arms went up in the air. The bowler cannot believe it. What has happened? There's drama in the centre. I think Mr. Koshi will be called to have a look at that third umpire. There's a system, by the way, that AL-MUZAINI has. The umpire raising their hand, and all the fielders as well as the bowler is in surprise. Was it that overstepping? I think it was an overstepping. It was a wonderful catch that was taken. That's been reviewed. Mr. Koshi will be in action. So drama being out there, both the teams. I think the batter has been given out. He's walking back. There will be some questions to ask also from the captain or what's happening there. No, he's not going back. He just asked for something to eat. I believe that he's coming back inside. So we still have drama being out there in the center. Mr. Koshi is involved with a decision on behalf of the management. Let's see what it ultimately turns out to be. I don't think that's a wicket, so the batter survives. So there we have, it's going to be a free hit. It was a wonderful delivery, but slightly overstepping there. The shot was played towards the fielder at square leg inside the circle. He took a wonderful catch, but unfortunately that has not been counted. And with that, we have a free hit to the batter. Let's see, where does this free hit go? The strike has been changed, so they can shuffle across the fielders. Oh, that's a shot. That's a monster. It's 6. It's long. It is 10 meters away even from the boundary line. So what a wonderful strike that was from Anwar Shan. He has been only looking to get those 6s. Beg your pardon, that's Shafir, not Anwar Shan. What a strike from Shafir. Brilliant shot. Plays it towards the field. Oh, misfield. The ball is running away. It should be a boundary. The fielder giving it a chase. Doesn't matter. That's a boundary. So that was played in between those fielders. That should have been prevented from going away for a boundary. But ultimately, that's what the result counts. So we are into over number 7. And one of the great bowlers of G4 cricketers, Mr. Nitesh Devadas, has been hammered for plenty of runs in his very first over itself. It's gone for oh, that was a surprise delivery. It's gone for 11 runs of those 5 deliveries that we've seen. At 63 runs overall. The projected score now going above 150. It's 156 at the moment. So there we have end of over number 7. The Royal Masters are 63 for the loss of a wicket. So we have Zain to bowl that over number 8, and he belongs to the great land of India, and from India, that great place of Chennai. So Chennai Express out there at the NCC cricket ground, Abu Halifa with the ball in hand, the fast bowler for the G4 cricketers. Bowling is over number 8. So here he goes, Chennai Express, ball number 1, over number 8. And with the same speed, the ball goes towards that long on fielder in the deep. It's pretty much a very good score, a very good time for the Royal Masters to be in. And as Mr. Kush was telling us, there are 3 more batters to come in. So even if they lose a wicket in the process of going for those runs, they have 10 overs left with 9 wickets in hand. They should play with full freedom. The call is for 2. There was always a 2 available. I think the first one should have been taken quickly to put the pressure on those fielder there, but any which way, they don't want to take those additional risk. And rightly so, it's a good bowler with a good pace. Oh, that was a sloppish delivery, no ball called, and that's gone for a maximum. Could you believe that? It was not even a full attempted shot, he just played that. And Chennai Express, I think, sir, it's way too fast and the control has completely been lost in that delivery. So Royal Masters have been gifted with those additional opportunities. In the previous over also we've seen a no ball coming in from Nitesh there with us, and then the very next delivery went for a maximum. But here it was a no ball that went for a maximum, and now there's a free hit. And this time the field cannot change. So the fielders will have to go back their original positions. Whereas Anwar I wanted to go big but couldn't quite. And also an amazing thing being told by Mr. Koshi from the AL-MUZAINI management that Anwar Shan, beg your pardon, is been associated with Royal Masters for the past 15 years. Can you believe that? I have finished only 6 years in Kuwait, or 7 years in Kuwait. This man has been with one team for the past 17 years. That's a peak loyalty. For sure, he's not getting younger with age, but the passion doesn't seem to stop at all. And also being the captain of Royal Masters, he's led his team through. For sure, you'll have a generation of players coming in, some new, some have to go back to India, some go to other teams, but he's made sure that the team sticks together. The club itself sticks together of Royal Masters. Gone down the leg side, will have to be called as a wide. So things not going that well in terms of runs for the G4 cricketers. This over at least has been, because of the 6, it has been spoiled altogether. So one more delivery left. 74 runs for the Royal Masters. They're just short of getting the 10 runs and over run rate. They require a 6 to get the 10 run and over. On the onside it is. And with that, it's going to be just a run. So 75 runs for the loss of a wicket at the end of over number 8. So 8 overs have been completed. It's going to be Nitesh Devdas to continue for his second over. Went for plenty of runs in that first over. 11 runs is what was scored. It's an all new over. Let's see how many runs does he get here. or giveaway here. The call is for 2. They run the first one hard, but I don't think they'll go back for the second. Could have been a risky affair. And no risk required. It's kept a bit low. So far, it's been a good over. Slow delivery up in the air. Is this going to be taken long off in the picture? Does he take it? No, he spoiled it all. I think that he came in too far inside and the ball has gone for a boundary. It was high up in the air. He tried his best, but couldn't quite take that catch. Apologies straight away, but it's a big wicket that could have been gone. It was Anwar Shan who hit that one up in the air. I think that he had almost given up with the hope that it would be taken, but then the drop catch and things went the other way. Yes, yes, we can understand the fielder is just talking about the ball swirled up in the air. Surely it's windy, not that windy, but also wind is a factor in the misjudgment in the end. That's a wicket. Yes, the outside edge. So Anwar Shan will have to walk back. It's a very good end to his innings and an amazing over. This a comeback over, I would say, from Nitesh, except that boundary that shouldn't have been won. So not much damage done to that catch drop of Anwar Shan in that delivery number 4. It's been taken by the keeper this time around. And with this, 9 overs have been completed. Royal Masters have 80 runs on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. The Royal Masters have a new batter. It's going to be Hari Krishnan. The stats of Hari Krishnan tell us that 82 matches is what he's played overall. 999, and with that run, who's now on strike, Hari Krishnan. Got 999 runs with an average of 19.98, the highest being 86. Not a very good average, but still. He will be able to get a 1,000-run mark. He just needs a run to come in, and we will see that he will get it there. Wide and a run, so that run doesn't count on him. Works that on the offside. So Hari Krishnan on strike. Works that on the onside. With this, he gets 1,000 runs for his stats. He comes back for the second. That's an appeal at square leg. The umpire, is that going to be given? No, he's not giving it. They are pleading desperately. You can look at that. Sunu Balan, literally in appeal. The umpire is unmoved. No one can believe that. We cannot determine. It's the umpire who makes the decision. He's not giving that away. Having the discussions there in the center. There's a lot of discussions happening in this particular match. The umpire, however, has not been given that as a run out. So the G4 cricketers, it's the second time that we've seen what's happened. They were very confident there, the G4 cricketers. So emotions running high for the G4 cricketers that they thought that should have been given, but that has not been given. So we move ahead. That's a not out decision. And Hari Krishnan gets past 1,000 runs of his career as far as the stats here tell us. He now has 1,001 runs in his cricketing career in Kuwait. That's been documented by Cricket Club scoring application. On the leg side. The call is, the quick single taken. Wonderful running between the wickets. Split on the offside. The call is for one. They're going to run there. So with that, it's the over number 10 coming to an end. The Royal Masters have 89 runs on the board for the loss, 90 runs on the board, beg your pardon. We still have a delivery to go. I thought that this over is been done with, but we had a couple of wides, so it's still not the end. Hopefully this one will be the end. Once again a wide, so we'll have to re-bowl that again. Goes for the quick single. And finally, over number 10 comes to an end. The Royal Masters are 91 for the loss of 2. So 10 overs have been completed. It's 92 for the loss of 2 wickets. Oh, that's a one. That's been played. Is it going to be one bounce? That's one bounce towards the fence. That's a boundary to have. The Royal Masters 96 for the loss of 2. And it is Hari Krishnan who's played that wonderful shot. So we have Hari who just scored that boundary from the place of Trivandrum in India. Also plays for the Red Warriors team, so he's giving his services to both Royal Masters and Red Warriors team. And for sure he's in action here against the G4 cricketers. Wanted to come down the ground, just gets that offensive shot in action. Shabir, who's been the new bowler, drags his length back the moment he saw the batter coming up to him. Oh, that's on the offside. Is it going to be all the way for a maximum? That's one bounce in the gap. They had a field at deep point and one at long off, and he makes sure that he gets it in between them. We saw a muted one, response, boundary, and with that, the Royal Masters bring up 100 runs for them on the scoreboard. They have 3 more deliveries left to go by in over number 11. He's upset with that. He thought there was an opportunity to play that square cut. Didn't quite come as expected. You can see the flags everywhere. If Penson can show you of AL-MUZAINI, they've been the proud sponsors. This is their tournament, the Friday Cricket League. I tell you, this company has been promoting cricket in all formats, in various tournaments. They've been the proud sponsors of the KCC, which is the Kuwait Cricket Club, their official sponsor. The next 2 years, they had the one last year. This is the second year that they're going to be in association with them, and also not just Kuwait cricket but also the local tournaments all over Kuwait have always been encouraged, supported by AL-MUZAINI Exchange. We thank them a lot for it. But with here and with that tempted hit from the batter, which was not quite there, the edge, so 11 overs have been completed. It's 100 for the loss of 2. So 11 overs done. It's 100 for the loss of 2 wickets for the Royal Masters. And it's going to be the captain Sunu Balan once again in the attack for the final over of his spell. Has been played towards the field. It wouldn't go there. One bounce towards him. It was not hit with any power from the batter. It was Safir Hassoon. Sunu Balan against Hari. I don't think that he's timed it that well. The fielder is out there. Does he get his hand to it? That's been taken in the deep. What a catch. Indika has taken that one. Standing on the long on region. Timing his jump to perfection. With which it's Hari Krishnan who will have to walk back. From Sri Lanka, Indika Mangalam has a very slingy action. Once he'll come out to bowl, you will see it. And what a catch that has been taken once again that you would see on the onside. Was high up in the air. He went ahead. One-handed catch it was. So let me specify that very, very carefully once again. One-handed attempt. And you can see everyone is very happy with that wicket. It's a wicket that matters now. They had a very good start. Royal Masters, they were going or cruising with runs. And now with his wickets being falling by, they would hope, G4 cricketers would hope that they can pull back things in their favour. So Rajas Manaf has been the batter at the number 5 position. A dangerous batter is what we know of him so far. 15 years of his cricketing career in tennis ball cricket in Kuwait. So a lot of experience. And he's up against the captain of G4 cricketers, Sunu Balan. It's been called as a wide. But if you look at the new rules, just the correction here also to update from Mr. Koshi, Sunu Balan, since he's taken that wicket. He's been the top wicket taker of the tournament, so he wanted the wicket desperately. He's got that. And he can enjoy the success being on the top. There was like a attempted catch. The keeper had an opportunity. It went away from him though. That's gone, that's gone for a maximum. No bother looking for it. No Indika Mangalam can take that catch. 5 meters away, even from the boundary line. What a strike. They wanted the 6 to come, and it's Hari Krishnan who has got that maximum, the first of it for him. That's a comeback. This is what you call a comeback from the captain. Sunu Balan went for a maximum, but got that delivery to surprise the batter. The mix-up was there, and now with the second wicket, I'm sure he's going to be really happy with him. With that, it's going to be the end of over number 12, and I think his spell also comes to an end. 4 overs, 31 runs, could have done better in not giving away too many runs, but the wickets in this over is what that matters. So with that wicket to go by for the Royal Masters, once again, it's going to be Tiruna. It's pretty much a very long name this gentleman has. Tiruna Vukkarasu Kondal Samai. I think all 4 generations been added in one name altogether. 55 matches for him, 1,012 runs, an average, a very good average, 28. The highest being 77. And what Mr. Koshi once again, besides me, tell us that Tiruna is known to play like, say, Wag. So we will see whether his hand-eye coordination, how good is it. And what he says, Mr. Koshi, is that he looks only for boundaries. So does he get one, does he not get one, is what we will see. That's a 6 is what we call. Is that the fielder is there? Yes, that's a 6. The first delivery of this over, number 13. It is Rijas Manaf who gets the maximum. So 2 dangerous batters now for the Royal Masters at a very crucial time where we are coming towards almost the end of the first innings. We still have plenty of overs to go, maybe 4 overs to go after this. So after this over comes to an end, but really a good one to start off with, putting pressure right back on the bowler, who is Shabir. Had a decent over, I would say, but then very first delivery under pressure. Can he come back well? The fielder stops that one. So you can see the player, if I can show you, Mr. Abbas. He's playing this match with a stitch on his right hand, and you can visibly see that in the previous delivery he managed to stop that ball. So that's dedication, is what you call. Really, people are really passionate in Kuwait for the love of cricket. Friday morning, I think most of them have just one holiday to enjoy. The rest are the days that you are working. But that one day that you get to rest, you want to come out there early morning, 5 o'clock, 6 a.m. matches start. And for that you got to get up at 4:30. It's the passion to play this beautiful game. So it drives everyone crazy. Not quite timed it. The fielder there has taken a catch. A very good delivery. Bouncer, shortest. The batter was a bit surprised. Wanted to heave that away. And it's a big wicket of Rijas Manaf. Maruf takes that catch. And you can see the celebration of the G4 cricketers. They managed to pick up wickets in the last couple of overs, which has dented the scoring run rate of the Royal Masters. Big wicket. He was later dangerous man, Rijas Manaf. He's not quite happy with himself. Wanted to play that pull shot, but was surprised with that bouncer coming in from Shabir. So Sajir Maruthura from Kerala. This gentleman is known to be a very dangerous batter. That's what has been told by Mr. Koshi. He's watching him play from many years. 10 plus years is what he says. And hits very big sixes straight away on the attack. So let's see. I am a bit scared about my car right now that's parked just away from the boundary line. If he's known to hit those big sixes, I hope that he doesn't hit it straight. I just had to replace the glass last week, so I'll be a bit watchful for him. Nonetheless, end of over number 13. It's 118 for the loss of 5 for the Royal Masters. So also a rule that we see that's not been seen in a lot of other tournaments is that the batting side has a batting power play. They cannot take that in the final over of the match, so the last that they can go up to is over number 16. I think that's automatically been given as a batting power play, and when which you will have 3 fielders only outside the 30-yard circle, so they can take it any time between over number 6 to over number 16. And yeah, they've also got to inform 1 over before, so the bowling side is aware that a batting power play is coming in the picture. So after much discussions, we have finally the over number 14 to go with. It's going to be bowled by Nitesh Devadas for his third over. So I think that they've already taken the batting power play. So, oh, that's a shot. But the fielder is there. Chance is going to be taken. Swirling in the air. 2 fielders converging. And that's been dropped. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? Was high up in the air. 2 fielders got to it. Nitesh is not quite happy. Nitesh Devadas. That should have been taken. So they get that run. Sajir gets that run. I think it's been given as a life. So it's a tail between these 2 champion teams, no doubt, but also 2 great experienced players, Sajir, Rajas Manaf, as well as Nitesh. Nitesh the bowler. The earlier wicket was not Rajas Manaf, that's gone this time, is it? Yes, that's a 6. It is Rajas Manaf, the wicket to go in the previous over. It was Tiruna who went for a golden duck. He was a bit sad about that, but nevertheless, that's what cricket is. Rajas with a maximum. It's the second for him. He's only scored 14 runs and 2 sixes, so can imagine that he is a man who only looks to hit big ones. He goes again down the ground though. It's only gonna fetch him a 1. A misfield costing the additional run. Was it required? I don't think it was required. There should have been just a 1, but things happen. So eventful over for the Royal Masters. The projected score is moving up to 160. They're in a very good position now. Slow one. This guy is the batter. Once again, slow one. This time the batter was ready for it. That's a flat 6. The flat is 6 that you can see. What a way to end that over, number 14. It is Rajas Manaf once again, the second 6 of the over for him. And the Royal Masters are 133 for the loss of 5. 161 the projected score. It's going to be a big one, I tell you, if Royal Masters get there. There we have 14 overs done, 133 for the loss of 5. It's going to be the pacer there. Shabir got a wicket in the previous over. He will come in. And we're down to the final 3 overs, including this one. Projected score 159. But surely they would like to get more. So we have a change of bat. So does the changing of the bat help the batter? But that's a shot that's been up in the air. Is it going to be taken? Oh, the chance was there. Indika was going for it. Also the fielder besides him tried to go for that catch. It couldn't be taken and another life being given. So these two batters now, Sajid and Rajaz. Especially Rajaz Manaf, 22 runs with 3 sixes, 2 in the previous over. Sajid gets a life, so he will want to make it count. Helicopter shot, but fielder at long on is there, so nothing more to concede. Oh, what's a beautiful shot on the offside. No fielder back in the deep. That should be a boundary. The moment it went up and cleared the 30-yard circle, the fielders which were there inside was always going to be a boundary for him. So Sajir is making the Royal Masters go for those 170 runs. But also is hurting the G4 cricketers since his catch was dropped on the very first or the second delivery of the match, of this over. We're going to have 2 more overs after this 2 deliveries get completed with. Up in the air, miscued shot. The bowler's called for it. He should take it. And he's taken that one. A comeback. A comeback from the bowler. So Shabir gets Rijas Manaf, the dangerous wicket. Or the dangerous man for the Royal Masters is now back in the dugout. Wicket number 6 for them to lose. Rijas Manaf departs for 26 of 12 deliveries with 1 boundary and 3 sixes. So this surely will dent some 10 or make a difference of 10 runs to what the Royal Masters would have eventually been there at the end of 17 overs. So Abhilash Anil Kumar is the batter in. An average of 21 in his 58 matches, a runs of 863, the highest being 73. On the onside. Where is he running? Was it required? Oh, the keeper! The keeper messed it up. The fielder should have been taking a bit of a time, but I think the keeper was good enough to take it. Should have let the keeper be ready. I cannot judge that. But that's a let go. That should have been a wicket. It would have. Now this will hurt G4 cricketers. There have been plenty of instances in this match that will hurt them. (15 overs, then 141 for the loss of 6, the score for the Royal Masters. 2 more overs to go in this match. So we have the Chennai Express once again. Abhilash walks around the onside. The call is for 2. They run the first one hard. There's never going to be a second because it is Indika Mangalam. He has a strong arm. I don't quite wonder why it's not been given to bowl. A very slinging action. There's an injury, what Mr. Koshi tells me. But this guy has a very slingy action. I've seen him in Sulibia Cricket Ground for playing for the tournaments of Kuwait Cricket Club. A dangerous bowler, plays with the NCM. The Challengers League, full toss available. The fielder, no chance. That's a 6. Poor ball. Poor delivery from the bowler, Zain. You cannot be giving that to the batters who are only looking to score big, and it's Sajir who's the man who never miss out on any opportunity in getting those maximum. Oh, change the space. Usually likes to bowl fast, but a slower one to disguise the batter. So an appeal. They are appealing for square leg. The main umpire will have a discussion with the square leg umpire. So it's been sent for review with the hope that the catch was taken cleanly, because the umpires clearly feel that it is an edge. So there we are, back in action to continue. 148 for the loss of 6. 2 more deliveries to come by. That's been slapped on the onside. And that's a maximum, literally a flat 6. The previous one was not been given as a wicket, which had been reviewed. So we have that final delivery of over number 16 to come. Chance, is it? One bounce in between those fielders at cow corner, long on. With this, we finish off over number 16 with the Royal Masters having 158 for the loss of 6.
58.
The final over of the first innings to come up here for the Royal Masters. How much more can they add? They've crossed past 150 run mark. 158 is what they are at the end of 16 overs. It's going to be Shabir to bowl the final over of the first innings. They have 4 wickets in hand. Doesn't matter about the wickets that they're left with. The projected score is 166. So let's say they can stretch it till 170 if they can do that. I've been talking about the score right from ball number 1. 170 can be a good score. The ball going towards Indika. Mangalam, the call is for 2. They run the first one hard. They go back for the second and they'll complete those 2 easy runs. That's called as a wide. We'll have to re-bowl that again. The Royal Masters 162 for the loss of 6. On the onside it is. The fielder is So there we are back. That's back-to-back wickets to lose for the Royal Masters. We just had some technical glitch, but now that's been solved. So let's recap of what has happened in the last 2 deliveries. It was a run out that happened in the non-strike. Is then Sajir wanted to come back for the second, but then he just came down the ground way too far, and the bowler Shabir making the direct hit at the non-strike is then. So that was wicket number 6, wicket number 7 to lose, and then we have Shabir to Ravinder, who was out bowled on that very first delivery. So the Royal Masters 163 for the loss of 8. Now the last delivery of that final delivery of that inning number 1, which is the first innings, comes in here. What can they get? He advances down the ground. That's been appealed. They're going back. Or they're going for the second, and that's been given as a wicket. So there was an edge. Doesn't matter. Also, it was a run out. So it was an edge or it was a run out. I don't know what's been given as, but any which way it's a wicket and the runs will stay, which is 163 for the Royal Masters at the end of those 17 overs. So we will have a look at the stats of what has happened so far in the first innings. It was the captain Sunu Balan of the G4 cricketers who won the toss, decided to field first. It was going well for them in the beginning. They kept the runs under control, but then came in the storm of Anwar Shah, 38, the captain of the Royal Masters, scoring 38 of 26 with 3 boundaries, 3 sixes. The Safir Hasoon, 38 of 29 with a 6 and 4 boundaries. Rajas Manaf, 26 for 12 with 3 sixes and a boundary. And Sajir run out unfortunate in the final over, 24 of 13 with 2 sixes and a boundary. In the bowling department, though, it was Shabir, the pick of the bowlers, 4 wickets for 29 runs in his 4 overs, and a wicket each for Nitesh Devdas, Sajilal Sasidaran, and 2 wickets for Sunu Balan. So that's the end. We take a short break. Once we are back, we're going to see the action from the G4 cricketers who would need 164 to win this match. So here we are, dear viewers, back in action for the second innings here with the G4 cricketers. Whoa, that's a dive from the keeper coming in. Was away from him. The G4 cricketers, as we mentioned, the two batters are ready. 164 is what they need to get. And as we speak, it is Sunesh Hasoon and Joby George, the two batters in the center, with Rijas Manaf having the ball in hand. So what Mr. Koshi tells me that this match depends really, or not just depends, but two of the batters, Joby George and Indika Mangalam, are going to be the leading forces for the G4 cricketers to win this match. And that's a shot. Is there going to be a maximum? I think it is. There was a flat one. No, that's been one bounce, just falling inside the boundary line. And there we go. Sunesh Hasoon getting that boundary. The G4 cricketers. The required run rate 9.60 every over is what they require. And very much a thanks to Mr. Koshi. He's been giving me those stats time and again as we speak in those 17 overs. Some amazing insights to provide. And alongside him, a thanks to Gokul as well, part of the management team of the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11 Grand Final number 1. There's also one coming up next between the Goan Boys and Storm Riders. Smartly played. The call is for 2. They run the first one. Now they're going to go back for the second. And they'll get that very easily. Once again, he's played that. The ball is running away towards the boundary fence, but they don't do it well. Still, they come back for the second. So there we are. 2 deliveries left to finish off this over. Number 1 is 8 runs on the board. But that's a shot on the onside. The ball will run away. The fielder does well. He does it really well. Pulls the ball inside and they go back once again for the second. That's 2 runs saved. This is the commitment that the G4, the Royal Masters have shown here. So the end of the first over, it's 10 runs for no loss for the G4 cricketers. So the first over got the G4 cricketers 10 runs. And this is what they require. They need at least to score 10 runs in order to win this match. Jishnu Kumaran now comes into the attack. He's bowling right arm over the wicket. On the onside, the call once again is for 2. They run the first one. Are they going to come back? No, this time they don't go back for the second. That's only a run to have, which is good. Fielder long on. They have those 3 fielders as we see outside 30-yard circle. 2 on the onside. There's a deep square leg. There's almost a cow corner, not even a long on, and there's a deep backward point. So Sunish Hasoon and Joby George. It's Joby George who got that 1 run as a non-striker. Then I think that he's hoping to bat deep. It is Sunish Hasoon who's been the aggressive batter of the 2. 11 runs to 7 deliveries. It's got on the onside. There's a fielder out there, so it's just going to be a 1. So the last delivery of this over, number 2, to come up. This has been a quiet over here for the Royal Masters to have just 4 runs conceded. So with that, it's going to be the end of over number 2. There's only 5 runs for the G4 cricketers to have out of this over. It was a very good one from Jishnu Kumaran. So 14 runs for the loss, for no loss in those 2 overs for the G4 cricketers. The Royal Masters 163 is what they had. So the required run rate now 10 runs and over. As I said, it's never an easy score to chase 10 runs and over, especially in the finals. It's always the pressure. Do you have the nerves to control and make sure that you keep getting those runs every over? So let us see how things will unfold. In here we have... oh, that's a shot. Has that gone for a maximum? The fielder in the deep. Oh, he's dropped it. He had a good attempt. He got his hand to it, prevented that 6 from going away. I think that he was bothered about whether he will cross the line or no, because he was literally at the edge of the line. So he's pulled the ball inside, though it's only going to be a run. Rajesh Rijas Manaf, the bowler, to continue. And Sunish gets that 1 run. So I've been joined here with me. It's Mr. Dilip from the management of Yuva Ultimate. Welcome, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with me, and I would like, to know from you about this tournament and how it has been. It's an 11th season that I see. So, and I think that you've been associated from the very beginning. So I want you to give all of us who are watching us live, there's plenty of fan support who are currently joining us on Ben Creations. Tell us about the tournament and what your role is and the management of AL-MUZAINI. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Talking about the tournament, KFCL is one of the leading tournaments in Kuwait, and we have been playing this tournament for almost this is the 10th season that we are playing continuously, and unfortunately we couldn't make it to the finals of this, and we have been knocked out in the...
Just to stop you, sir, apologies for that, but that's a maximum that's been there on the long off, I beg your pardon, the deep square leg region. That was Joby. I told you that Mr. Koshi told me he's going to be the man for the G4 cricketers if they have to win it. So it's going to be him and Indika Mangalam. So he's doing his job. Indika is going to come up hopefully next or the number 4 position, whichever moment the team feels that he will be required. So sorry, sir, to lock you there, but surely a good shot from Joby.
So to be continuing, unfortunately Yuva Ultimate was, we couldn't qualify, and in the quarterfinals we were outplayed by FFC team. Talking about KFCL, they are doing a very good part, Mr. Gokul and Mr. Koshi, and in this tournament we had almost 17 league matches to be played, which is going to be, as you know, 17 league matches. It's going to take at least 2 to 4 months of play. So it is one of the very good tournaments in Kuwait with very good management, and hopefully we will get more tournaments like this.
For sure, sir. But with that, it's also another 6 from Joby. He's a man who's looking out to finish things early for the G4 cricketers. Mind you, he started off a bit slow, getting those 1s and 2s, nudging the ball around. But I think that he was waiting for those line and length or the poor ones to come from the bowler. And Rijaz Manaf, he was scoring 6s when he was batting. And now he's at the other side of the table. So as you said, the 4 months, 17 league matches for each team to play. That's really a wonderful thing. So how many teams did we have overall in this tournament itself?
There was almost 45 teams in this league. And in each pool there were almost, as I told you, there were 18 teams. So 17 league matches.
So I can understand 45 teams to be played is really a marvelous, and to manage their expectations, the availability of the teams at the given day, and to make sure the tournament doesn't drag too much. So all credit goes to Mr. Koshi and Mr. Gokul. But with that, it's the end of over number 3. The G4 cricketers are very successful over this 30 for no loss. So also, as I was speaking to Mr. Dilip, he said that your ultimate surely are going to have the upcoming matches to come in the Ramadan League. So Ramadan, as we all know, starts from the 1st of March and will go on until the end of March, beginning of April. It's going to be the day of Ramadan. So tell us more about it, sir. So when are we going to see how many matches, how many teams have you, or when are the registrations going to open?
Talking about the Ramadan League, this is our second, almost third season that we are going to conduct, and we have already put the flyer for this tournament, and we almost got 28 teams, and we are waiting for 2 more teams confirmation. No, it's just 14 overs, as you know that Ramadan is just a month of one. So we are just having 30 teams, and it's going to be a very short tournament, just for a month.
So the matches are only going to happen on Fridays, Saturdays, or do we have?
Yeah, just on Fridays morning.
So Friday morning is what he said, and with that the ball is going towards. Oh, very well done. He fell down, but he's made sure that he's inside. That's a commitment. I think that Ben Creation has caught that in his camera. Wonderful attempt there, Hari Krishnan, and applause for sure from the bowler, from the fielder. You got to give it. He had a lot of ground to cover and disbalanced himself, but made sure that the ball was always inside the boundary, and wonderful. This is the commitment you would like to see in the finals. By the way, this is not a turf, this is not a surface that you can dive and confident dive or go for those catches, but surely he's done a great job. Oh, Joby, another one. This is the switch hit from the batter. One bounce towards the fence. They are marching ahead with these runs, and it is clear to what Mr. Koshi said, that Joby is going to be the key man. So coming back to you, Mr. Dilip, I would just like to understand, since you conduct the tournaments, tell us about the difficulties, because I want the viewers to understand that when you have 45 registration, 45 teams playing, the league matches to conduct, and as you said, within a month you have 23 teams already registered. I hope some more can register, or there is a limit to what they have. So limiting to 30 teams. So those seven teams which are watching us live, it's the last moment for you to make sure that you get those registrations done soon. So tell us, sir, about the difficulties, as I want to understand that a management team faces and what every league goes through.
Talking about a tournament, it is very difficult to integrate many teams. Like, so, as you know that in a tournament, there are many teams that are usual teams and there are very strong teams in Kuwait as well. So whenever we are conducting some tournaments, there are some teams that come and ask, if this team is available, we won't be able to play because there are teams that are very strong. So that's why I give credit to KFCL management, where you don't find, if you see in this tournament itself, you will not find very strong teams. Even the teams that have come to this finals, that is G4, Royal Masters, and after a while you will see the second finals, that is between Storm Riders and Govan Boys. All these teams are average teams. So this is a very positive side from KFCL management. And also coming to the Ramadan League, you will also see that Ramadan League is, during this time there won't be any other tournaments. So that's why we have gone for some big names as well. There are, it's not a small tournament, it is going to be an above average tournament.
So, sir, coming back to this question of, limiting certain players from participating, of course, with the caliber that they possess, don't you think it would be unfair to them on them as well, that they don't get an opportunity to show their performances, or they've been limited to certain tournaments where the acceptability is there? Or would you encourage that these good players, or the ones that are there, are distributed across all teams? So how do you think to make it fair for them? What's your opinion with that? That's going to be a boundary, dear viewers, as we see. So runs are coming in now for the G4 cricketers, and it's Joby now who's getting them those runs from one end.
No, what I was telling is that we are not banning any players in any of these tournaments. Like coming to KFCL also, they have not banned any players. They have put an icon list of the players. So in each team, you won't have more than 2 or icon players to play. So you will not get a team with all strong players. That's what's happening here also. In G4 and in Royal Masters also, you will not find all good players. There are average players and also there are some good players as well.
And that was a very important point. And that's a good thing to have as well, that those icon player lists, they are distributed across all the teams. So you wouldn't find that one-sided teams, which discourages, of course. If I would be a player starting my career looking to play for any tournament, I would not want to face a very strong team. How will I improve then? And we've seen in certain tournaments that the same regular teams come to the finals. It's a discouragement to all the others who not just put their money, but also it's more about the passion to make yourself available. The only holiday that you have in a week is on Friday for most of them. And yeah, that's a good one, good decision, and initiated by the KFCL, and for sure you Ultimate is going to follow the same, or will be hand and shoulders with this list. Joby is trying to be innovative. This time it's a misfield. It will cost them those runs. So what do you think, Mr. Dilip, looking at the way the teams have gone right now, and we are into the final couple of deliveries to end this power play? It's 47 runs for the G4 cricketers. Oh, that's a shot. That's a 6. It was a delivery that the bowler has given because he knows Joby is standing deep inside his crease, so he converted that length, or the good length, into back of length, and he's just whacked it away for a maximum. The bowler's got to get smarter here from the Royal Masters. It is Ravinder who's bowling his very first over, and he's gone for 16 runs. That's too much to have. So whose side are you on, sir, or who do you think will win this match?
So it's it's just a matter of time, and it's just a matter of just a wicket. As you come to Royal Masters, they are having a very good lineup, and here you will see it's just a starting of just 5th over. So we will just wait and see, because in my opinion, what I feel is that Royal Masters is a very good bowling attack, and hopefully when bowlers like Sajir and Jishnu, I think he's also playing. I think when these players come for bowling, we will see some wickets going to fall.
So the same I heard from Mr. Koshi earlier as well, and the same has been repeated by Mr. Dilip, that the Royal Masters have a really good bowling lineup so far. The G4 cricketers banking on just one batter, Joby George, who scored 39 of 19 deliveries, 3 boundaries, 3 sixes. He's been leading the run chase. So I think it's a matter of his wicket. If he departs, then that might be a challenge. So, Mr. Dilip, once again a question to you for the Ramadan League that's going to come up for your tournament of the UA Ultimate. How many grounds do you have, and how many matches are we going to see happening every Friday? So, it's going to be throughout the day or some specific timings of the day. Tell us more about how the procedure will be, so that the remaining 7 teams, I want them to register soon and we go on full on beginning March.
Yeah, as I told you, it's just a 30 teams will be available, and what we are planning as of now, we have not planned anything, because still it's just a mid of January. So as I was telling, we are planning to have 6 groups, 6 groups and 5 teams. So hopefully each team will get maximum of 5 matches. So within a span of 5 weeks, we will finish all the league matches, and then we will come to the knockouts. So hopefully during the Eid holidays, we will conduct the knockouts, and we will finish the tournament at the end of the Ramadan. It's not just one, it depends according to the teams that are coming. So many teams that have come, even from this side, as you see here, there are plenty of grounds. So we have many teams, like even Royal Masters is there. So we are here, they have 3 grounds. So we have plenty of grounds also.
So surely it's going to be a tournament spread out, so no dearth of having those grounds available. The UA Ultimate has been a strong side as well. Unfortunate knockout, they lost in the knockouts in this tournament. And it's going to be the 3rd season. I believe that I was there in the finals of last year to commentate. I can remember some of those amazing knocks in the Ramadan League. But here Joby, has he gone for a boundary? No, the fielder as well. Going to stop that one. So sir, I look forward for the finals in March to be once again the UA Ultimate, to give my best as a commentator along with Ben Creations, my partner. We're going to make that final amazing and remembering for all, just as we are making sure that every tournament here in Kuwait gets the highlight required. So Joby George not quite happy with the bat that he has. He's going to change one. Looking for more runs, more attack. And as the days go by, we see more players joining in. Benson can catch us overview. There's plenty of matches happening all around. There are several grounds here in Abu Halifa. So once those matches get over, surely they're going to be here, because this is a very big tournament from AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League. It's the 11th season that they have. It's gone on the offside. One bounce, is it? No, the fielder is there. Just gonna be a run. So what the G4 cricketers require is they need 109 runs to come in the next 69 deliveries. The run rate is around 10. It's 9.58 to be precise, but there's no 0.5 of those runs, so it's going to be 10 runs. We have one of the supporters very animated there with his approach. I think he's recording himself doing that vlog. So you also have vloggers who have come out here. There's a lot of passion, enthusiasm. More than what I have is what the vlog has been. I think he's ended the vlog there. And the smile coming in. So there's the enthusiasm. This is what we want to see in the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11. That is Joby, gets the quick run, chance of the non-strike is there, no backup available. That was, sorry for my words, but a foolish one to do, because you know there's no backup, and Joby was quick with a single. It wasn't required. I don't think he was in any form of danger. The non-strike is in, but any which way. It's the end of over number 6. It's 58 runs on the board for no loss. That's gone high up in the air. It's going to be taken. Is it the fielder underneath it? He has. Has he taken that catch? He's taken that on the second attempt. That was on a bounce. And it's a big, big wicket that has been gone by. Oh my wonder. Not a very big one, I would say, because it was Sunish Hasoon who has to walk back. But still, that's a wonderful catch to be taken. And I was just speaking about that the Royal Masters need one wicket, but they wanted the wicket of Joby George, who's the danger man, who's on 42 runs. He's 8 runs away from getting his half century. Nevertheless, a wicket is a wicket. It's Anthony John Joseph who came into the attack, who will come to the crease right now. 32 matches, 653 runs, an average of 20 and a highest score of 156. So this man can bat. So here we go. It's the new batter on crease. It's at the strike right now. Sajir is bowling his first over, and the very first delivery that he bowled, he picked up a wicket for his side. So the bowling change works. The breakthrough that they were searching for is being received. Up in the air, keeper. I don't think he'll get there. Good bowling performance. So now this will create some doubt in the minds of the batters. But for the Royal Masters, the man is Joby at the non-strikers, and he's the man. They've got to get his wicket to make sure that they win this match. But they will not win the match by getting his wicket, but at least they'll have a chance in making further dent through the current run rate that we have. Trying to be innovative. Could have gone in a different direction. Could have lost his wicket in that process, but nevertheless, it's a quiet over. Two more deliveries. Again trying to be innovative. Doesn't connect. Thing will give him a leg by. The ball is running away. There was certainly a bat. That's why the ball has run away that quick. They take those two valuable runs. Anthony John Joseph is off the mark with those 2 runs. That's up in the air, miscued shot. The keeper's called for it. Oh, he cannot take that. Running forward. Running forward. I thought that it would have been a difficult one. So 60 for the loss of a wicket for the G4 cricketers. And with that, it's going to be the end of over number 7. It's 61 for the loss of a wicket. So 7 overs done, 60 for the loss of a wicket. Joby walks around the onside. And it's going to be a 1 for him. So Hari Krishnan comes into the attack. So just Mr. Koshi is telling me about Rajesh, who you can see besides the umpire, the wicket keeper is now moving towards the fine leg inside the circle. He's moving in the deep. So 45 is his age, and he's been playing cricket in Kuwait for the past 15 years. So really wonderful to say the least. Amazing man. Now the required run rate for the G4 cricketers has gone up. It's moving towards 11 runs in over. They've got to make sure that they pick up a wicket before it turns. They make sure they get those runs before it turns out to be 12 or 13, which will then make it very difficult for them. We'll have 9 more overs to come after these 4 deliveries. Again, he's trying to be innovative. Anthony. It's not been successful. Joby has not been having the strike for a lot of time now from the past couple of overs. And that is what has been a problem or a concern for the G4 cricketers. Because the required run rate has gone up high. That's been given as a wide. I thought for a brief moment over the stumps, but no, it was down the leg side. So it's called as a wide. Get those valuable runs. Oh, that's not a very good attempt. The fielder is there. He's taken a wonderful catch. And then he has to walk back. I told you that's not been played really well. There's not quite a power behind it. Almost a half-hearted shot, and the fielder did really well. Came running in and took it cleanly. Amazing catch, and you can see the frustrations being setting in from the other end by Joby. He's upset with that. It was high up in the air, and there she goes, taking that catch. The fielder, kudos to him. The Royal Masters are now in the wicket-taking mode. It's going to be a new batter now at the center. It's Joby Putin. So, Joby Putin is what his name is. So, Mr. Koshi, if you have heard, he's just besides me, man of the match in the semi-finals. So, a very important man for the G4 cricketers. Him and Joby now, both Jobys. Let's make it Joby George, Joby P. Putin. He lost his touch and timing now, being off strike for the last couple of deliveries. Joby George. With this, 8 overs have been completed at 63 for the loss of 2. So 8 overs done, 63 for the loss of 2 for the G4 cricketers. Sajir will continue. Got the much required breakthrough. The wicket in that first over of his. And that was the first wicket for the G4 cricketers to lose. Hari Krishna in the previous over got them the second breakthrough. And a couple of wickets from here on, which will get the Royal Masters really back into the game. It's a play and a miss. So on the offside it is. The fielder is out there in the deep, so it's just going to be a 1. That's an appeal. Is there an edge? I think Mr. Koshi will be in action. Has that been sent for review? No, I don't think that's been sent for a review. On the offside, there's just a run. Quick single. Has that been? No, that's. The keeper could not collect that one. It was a difficult one. A direct hit would have been something to watch out for. But nevertheless, it's a quiet over. There's no runs been coming so far. There's no boundary. Sajir is bowling really well for the Royal Masters. And you can see the required run rate now up in over 12. It will be very difficult, I would say, for the G4 cricketers, if they don't get those boundaries, don't get those sixes, to get the score of 99 is a challenge. He tried, but that's... Oh! Got his hand to it. But the rebound couldn't quite collect that one cleanly. So it's the end of over number 9. It's 66 on the board for the loss of 2. So over number 10 here. Works around the onside. Joby Putin. It's only going to get him a 1. Joby George not interested to come back for the second. That's on the onside. That's going to be a maximum for sure. The way he played that shot, I was waiting for him to come back on strike. They need 12 runs in over. That's the first 6 that they have. We can get another one in this over. It's going to match up to the required run rate. So they need sixes every over if they have to win this match. And it's all going to depend on how Joby plays. And as Mr. Koshi said, it's going to depend also on when Indika Mangalam comes in to the crease if a wicket has to fall. I don't think the G4 cricketers would want Joby George to be out in any fashion whatsoever. With that 1-6, some nervousness also for the Royal Masters, because up until now there were some quiet overs and they were really on song. That 6 might just give them a sign to worry. Good comeback, bowling it full, keeping it side off. Oh, that was a good one. It was a plum LBW, yes, correct. So we are in tennis format, so nothing to be given. That was a good one. Is there an edge? Is there an edge? The keeper, everyone is going up in the air. Is there an edge? Has that been collected cleanly? Both the umpires are going to have a view. What was the concern? Was there an edge? The first question is that. And the next thing will be, has that been collected cleanly? So no doubt is the decision from the umpires. So we move ahead, so the batter is saved. More importantly, that's a dot delivery, so only 6 runs or 8 runs has come off this over. Split that hard down the ground, only to fetch my 1, so it's 9 runs off the over. Not quite good, because the required run rate is 12 runs in over, so they're falling short of it. 10 overs done at 75 for the loss of 2. Into over number 11. Oh, that's a good one. That was a good delivery from the bowler there. It is Hari Krishnan. He has bowled 2 overs before this. He's given away only 8 runs and he's picked up that 1 wicket. So you can expect a lot from him to come, and for sure it's a time of disaster for the G4 cricketers. The required run rate has gone up to 13. They need the sixes. Joby Parambil needs to strike now. It's time up for him. He cannot rely on those ones and twos. This is not what the G4 cricketers want. They want the sixes. Or if he can at least give the strike back to Joby George. Because if they don't get those runs, it's going to be really difficult. 13 runs in over, not easy. Especially in the finals. And the players for the next match are ready. Go on, boys and Storm Riders in the Al-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11 Grand Final number 2. It's going to be another cracking encounter between these two teams who have worked hard in the league stages to come in the finals. And they're all waiting for the result of this match, with whom or under whom it goes to in the favour. So I think that the G4 cricketers might have made a mistake in choosing to bowl first. They're going to give it to the batters of Royal Masters. They made sure the runs were consistent right from the start. Yes, the first couple of overs did not quite go well for them. And then they came back in and got those important runs. 13.54 is the required. That's a wonderful shot, piercing the gap. There was no one back on the offside. And I think that this is the power play that we are in. The batting power play is being taken, because with this and with that boundary, it's 51 runs for Joby George. So he will celebrate his runs, is 55. So he's already completed his 50. I missed to praise him earlier for that. We were too focused on the required run rate and how much the teams need. So well done by Joby George. It all depends on him. Good comeback from Hari. Even though that boundary has been given away, but he's kept that over silent. Just 5 runs. And look at the required run rate now. It is 13.26 and on its course to be 14 at the end of this over. That's an appeal. So with that, the batting power play has been done and dusted. It's going to be the end of over number 11. It's 80 for the loss of 2 wickets. So Joby Putin has been given retired out because he was not striking the ball, and they cannot wait for him to get only those ones and runs. So surely it's going to be the new man. Still no signs of Indika to come. Oh, it's Indika Mangalam now. Indika Mangalam is going to be the man. They required those 6s, boundaries to come, and it's going to be all with Indika Mangalam and Joby George. Great expectations from Indika Mangalam. Let's see where does he fulfill the expectations. So as I said, 14 runs and over required in the next 6 overs. Right full. Box there on the onside, just the one. They have to get 2 6s every over. Yeah, you rightly said this is the last pair that will be dependent on. If these 2 batters aren't able to get those runs, then I don't think that the other batters, surely they have a good side, G4 cricketers, but you've got to get someone to give you those confidence of getting 14 runs and over. That's a shot high up in the air. The fielder, anyone coming underneath it, coming from the deep. He's taken that catch and Joby has to walk back. So with this, I think the G4 cricketers, Rajaz has taken that catch. So with it, the G4 cricketers are staring at a loss here. I would like to call it that way because the pressure is on them. 14 plus runs to get every over. You don't have a time where the batter can take the luxury to be set. You had to go from ball number 1. And Joby George, he did his best, but he cannot be the only batter to get them those 163 runs. So let us see how the things will unfold in the remaining overs. So there we have, it's going to be a bus now to the new batter. It's the owner of the Sportech company that's in Abbasiya. He's playing with the injury, has those stitches on his right hand. It's a sports shop. It's the outside edge. Has called for the second. They'll come back for the second. That's good running between the wickets, but it's not about those ones and twos. They needed the sixes and fours to also come in. So there we have it's the G4 cricketers. It's a time for them just to get those ones and twos. So 83 for the loss of 3 wickets for the G4 cricketers. It's 11.4. 11.5 the final one to come in. Now the required 100 is more than 15.6. It's too much to ask now from these batters of the G4 cricketers. So Royal Masters clearly on the course to win this final. So 16 runs and over required in the next 5 overs. Oh, G4 is gone with a big one. Mangalam. This is what Mr. Koshi wanted to see. It depends much on this batter. Indika Mangalam. Can he get them those runs? 16 runs and over to get in the next 5 overs. Does he have the caliber? He surely has. There's no doubt in that. He's a powerful man. And is that 6 coming through? It's 83 for the loss of 3 wickets. Up in the air. Is there a chance? The fielder was there. The ball is running away towards the boundary fence. So 10 runs in those 2 deliveries. He's going to be consistent with those runs. 16 runs and over. So he needs 6 runs out of this over now. And he has 4 deliveries to do that. So 93 for the loss of 3 wickets. There's 3 more deliveries to go by to end this over number 13. And 71 runs is what they require. It's got 10 runs out of this over. Indika Mangalam. That's a beautiful shot. That's 6. No bother looking for it. That's gone 10 or 15 meters away from the boundary line. What a shot once again from Indika Mangalam. And Mr. Koshi was correct that he depends highly on this batter to get the G4 cricketers those winning runs, because 16 runs is what he's already got, what was required. And those additional 2 deliveries will come in with the hope that they can get those runs as well, or compensate for the further overs that will come ahead. The non-strike is in. I think he will not go for that run. He will encourage Abbas to hit whatever he can, possibly get a boundary, or he will go back for the second because he wants to be Indika Mangalam on strike the beginning of that next over. Oh, that's a good shot. 1 bounce, is it? Yes, that's a boundary. So what a successful over this has been for the G4 cricketers. They have hammered one of the better bowlers of the Royal Masters. And with that boundary, it's 104 for the loss of 3 at the end of 13 overs. So 60 required exactly in the next 4. So 15 runs and over is what is required. So over number 14 in progress, 104 as what we said, 15 runs and over required. Indika Mangalam on strike. Slow one, he's hammered that on the onside. The fielder is there, and that's been taken. That's been taken. The celebration from everyone. They know they won this match. Just to was taking that catch, and we had a supporter coming in from the boundary line to also celebrate because Royal Masters can see victory. He was an important man for the G4 cricketers in the Kamanglam, and with that catch that been taken, it looks like the end of this match. So what a sad end to the hopes for the G4 cricketers, and they had to give a wicket away, or they had to lose Indika Manglam. It's Maroon Usman now, which gonna be the new batter in 221 matches, 5,000 runs, so a lot of experience, and average of 26, the highest being 97. Does he have it in him to make sure that does the team get over the line? Meanwhile, in associating me in the com box is Mr. Shubin, who's a treasurer for the Indian Nurses Federal Association, Kuwait, and he's from the Royal Rebels. Oh, that's a nice name, Royal Rebels. So he's going to tell us more about the tournament, about his team, and how things have gone so far with him. Over to you, sir.
Hello. KFCL 11th season Royal Rebels എന്ന ടീമിൻ്റെ ക്യാപ്റ്റനായിരുന്നു ഞാൻ. നല്ലൊരു മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റാണ് കോശിയും ഗോകുലും കൂടി നടത്തുന്ന ഈ ഒരു ടൂർണമെൻറ്റിൽ പാർട്ടാകാൻ സാധിച്ചതിന് വളരെ നന്ദിയുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ തരത്തിലും കുവൈറ്റിലെ നേഴ്സുമാരെല്ലാം പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ടൂർണമെൻറ്റാണ് ഈ KFCL. അതിൽ ഭാഗമാക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചതിന് എനിക്കും നന്ദി. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ടീമിന് നല്ലപോലെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത കോർഡിനേറ്റേഴ്സാണ്. എല്ലാ തരത്തിലും ഈ KFCL മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും നേരുന്നു. ഇനിയും മുന്നോട്ട് സീസൺ 12 വരുന്നു, അതിലും പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിക്കും. എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും.
Thank you, sir. That's really some kind words out there. Wish that my mother taught me Malayalam when I was small. She knows this, but I hope that he spoke really well about what his team and what he does as an association, and how he better participates in the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League, which is now into its season 11. So this is where we spoke about the hopes for the G4 cricketers. We have 3 more deliveries to come next to get done with the over number 14. A bus on strike. Oh, that's a wicket, another one in this over. And with every wicket to go by, the Royal Masters will celebrate. It's a bowling change. Vijesh comes in, gets the first wicket of Indika Manglam, and in here of a bus as well. Half the side now for the G4 cricketers back in the hunt. They've lost those 5 wickets. 109 is what the scoreboard tells us. And the required run rate is shooting up in over 17. So 109 for the loss of 5. There's 2 more deliveries to come in next in this over. It's a new batter on strike. It's Shabir, 32 matches, still early. 188 runs. We're looking at the lower tail end of the G4 cricketers. It's a quick single to take. With that, it's the end of over number 14. The G4 cricketers 111 for the loss of 5. The last 3 overs of this match, it's 53 runs required in the next 3 overs. With 5 wickets remaining, the required 100 of 17.67. Works around the onside, a quick single taken. Singles will not do it for the G4 cricketers. They need the boundaries, which I don't think seems to come, or not even the boundaries, they need sixes now. If they aren't able to get a six, then surely they are going to be out of this match, which they are already, in my opinion, because 18 runs and over to get. With the low middle order, it's not going to be that easy. With the bowlers as well on song for the Royal Masters, they've been bowling in those right line and lengths. So it's a sign of worry, and for the Royal Masters, it's all about completing the remaining 17 deliveries. Every dot that comes by, the Royal Masters are inching closer towards that victory. Goes around the onside. So 114 for the loss of 5. There's 2 more deliveries to go by to get done with over number 15. Outside edge, no run to be taken. Agreed over this. On the offside, it is just the one to be taken. So with this, it's going to be the end of over number 15. The G4 cricketers 115 for the loss of 5. That's up in the air. Is it going to be taken? A catch, is it? The fielder there in the deep takes a wonderful catch. So wicket number 6 for the G4 cricketers to lose. And the Royal Masters now very close, inching towards that victory. They already see a victory. And surely that's going to come for them. They played really well. The batting, getting 163 runs on the board, was never a score that I could say would have been a difficult one for the G4 cricketers to come back and chase that score down. So play and a miss. It's going to be Zain on strike. So 115 for the loss of 5. There's two more overs. This is over number 16 in progress. Let us see how the action is. There's just has to be waiting. Probably the scoring official needs to be with us together. Yeah, and yes, we are good to go. Up in the air, catch should be taken. It has been taken. Another victory. Beg your pardon. Another wicket, not a victory for the G4, for the Royal Masters. Wicket number 6 for the G4 cricketers to lose. And it's all about losing wicket. This time it's Zain who will have to walk back. A dejected faces there. But what can we do? This is all that we've come up for. So 114 for the loss of 6 for the G4 cricketers. There's going to be 5 more deliveries left to get done with the over number 16. 50 runs are needed. And this match is done. The Royal Masters celebrating. That's a catch. There was certainly an edge. Couldn't be taken cleanly. For the G4 cricketers, it's one more delivery left to end to get them with on number 16. Let's see whether it gets done with or no. So one delivery left in those 16 overs to get them with the 16th over. It's up in the air once again. The keeper will have a chance. He's taken another catch, 8 wicket down. So it's only the batters come in the center to lose or give the wicket away and go back. The G4 cricketers, a sad end to their innings in the finals. There we have the final over of the match of the AL-MUZAINI Kuwait Friday Cricket League Season 11 Grand Final between the G4 cricketers and Royal Masters from the NCC Cricket Ground Abu Halifa, Kuwait. That's another wicket, the outside edge, wicket number 9 for the G4 cricketers to lose, and it is the last batting pair, last batsman to come in. Rajesh gets another wicket. "45-year-old Mr. Rajesh scored his first wicket. He's come in for the final over of the match. So I think this match is done and dusted. The final batter will not come in to bat. It's the Royal Masters who won this match by 45 runs. Oh, what a wonderful victory it has been. Let's have a look at the match summary of what has happened for the Royal Masters versus G4 cricketers. It was the captain of the G4 cricketers, Sunu Balan, won the toss, elected to field first. Allowed the Royal Masters to get to 163 for the loss of 9. It was the batter of the Royal Masters, Anwar Shan 38, Safir 38, Rijaz 26 and Sajid Mathura 24. The bowling pick of the bowlers was Shabir. But in the batting lineup of the G4 cricketers, it is only Joby George who got 50 for 35. Sunish got 16 of 14. Indika Mangalam came in 18 of 7, but a lot of hope on him, but unfortunately couldn't deliver today in the finals. But the pick of the bowlers for the Royal Masters, Sajir Marutora, 3 wickets in his 4 overs. Vijilesh Puvathan, 3 wickets in his 3 overs. And 2 wickets for Hari Krishnan and 1 wicket for Rajesh Krishnan. So that's the end of this first match here. We take a short break. When we're going to come back, we will see the match number 2 in the grand finals of AL-MUZAINI Exchange, KFCL, where the Goan boys will take on Storm Riders.
കമന്റ്സ് കാണിച്ചോട്ടെ. ആരാ അവരോട് പറയടാ, ഒന്ന് വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ. അതും കൂടെ മാറ്റി.